They do not want your children to be educated. They do not want to think too much. That is why our country and our world has become so proliferated with entertainments, mass media, game shows, television shows, amusement parks, alcohol, and every kind of entertainment to keep the human mind entertained so that you don't get in the way of important people by doing too much thinking. You had better wake up and understand that there are people who are guiding your life and you don't even know it. And all American citizens, I think, have suspected something like this is going on. But we're all too busy trying to stay alive and live our lives. And after all, what can one person do about it?
All right, Shalom. Right, so that was a heavy, you know what I'm saying? So people too busy trying to stay alive, trying to survive. That's why, our people, in the matrix, right? So it's like you're doing a repetitive thing every single day, right? And the time that you do get some time or whatever, you preparing to go back, right? In the matrix, right? And Jake love entertainment, right? Entertainment. I'm gonna go break that word down, right? Entertainment. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna get all into this lesson. I'm just gonna flow through the spirit. I had a lesson already prepared, but I want to go what the spirit say do, right? So this word entertainment, right? And that's why Jake gravitate to these game shows, football, basketball, soccer, the Olympics, right? All these things are distractions that don't mean nothing in a big grand scheme of things, right? When it comes to world control and domination, finances, right? Controlling, Salakia, controlling resources, how gasoline is processed and made, right? All these things that you don't really think about, these things that you're getting entertained on has no dealings with day-to-day life, right? And understanding how this world is set up. So you have a elite that runs this world that's known by many names, right? They call the Illuminati. Some people call them the powers that be, right? And we can tell you who these people are: the Rothschild family, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, all right, even the families that you never even heard of. These families control the financial system, right? So you go into the Rothschild family, they set up this banking system, as you know, as the Federal Reserve, right? Central banks throughout the world, and they control money. And it actually takes, when you go into the word money means mint. Matter of fact, let me show you this. Give me 1 second. That's why you have to go into the origin of words to break these spells that you've been taught, because our people repeat things they don't even know what they're saying, don't even know what they mean. So when you go into the word money, right, and Jacob say money, they have the Federal Reserve notes to their ear, right, holding like a band of so-called monopoly money, right, because it's not real money. It's only money because they say at it that it's money, right, and they have the military to back up the dollar. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom blessing was the sword. What does that mean? That mean have a military might over the whole world with his weaponry, right? Missiles, nuclear missiles, machine guns. You go down that list. All right. It says right here the word money goes back into the Latin, right, which means mint, which means mint. So real money is gold and silver, but you don't know that though, because you've been under a spell. You've been under an illusion. And Jake is gonna say this as well. They're gonna say that it is real because you can buy real things with it, right? You can pay your mortgage, rent, whatever your situation is. So to them, the spell is real, right? And we have to use common sense. We're in captivity, and we understand that we have to use this monopoly money to get things done. So don't get simple. But I'm making this point so you can understand what money truly is, right? So watch how you say the word money, right? I know sometimes we can all get caught up in this place and we can misspeak, but when you go into the origin of money, money means mint. What did they mint? gold and silver coins, right? So I do a whole nother lesson on that, but they've got people bewitched under this system, right? Let's go to this word entertainment, right? So this is what Jake loves. Jake loves to be entertained. That's why Jake, when they don't like, when there's no controversy with our videos, they don't get a lot of views. But when there's controversy, Jake, and people want to watch because they under these heavy enchantments. They want to be entertained, and it ain't nothing wrong with entertainment in its proper perspective, but not every single day, every single minute. So this word entertainment, it says enter from the Latin means at the very top. Inside. Tain is to grasp, to hold, possesses, occupy, or control. Do you hear this? It says med comes from men's or the mind. So this is mind control with entertainment. That's why whoever controls the media via the television, right, the phones and all the technology controls people's mind, right? And the entertainment is a reflection of the vibration, the behavior, the character, how they want people to act. It says art imitates life. So they do these movies. I'm gonna give you an example, like the movie Friday, right? That was imitating the hood, the so-called hood, and that's what people. That movie was a big enchantment, right? So people that see that movie from other nationalities, ethnicities, they think that's the culture, that's the setup, right, of a so-called black family, right? So these movies are enchantments to push different agendas, but comes from this word entertainment, right? Enter, inside, tain, to grasp, to hold, possesses, occupy, or control. Met comes from men's, the mind. So you put all this together, it says inside, control the mind. So entertainment is to control the mind, what they want you to think, how they want you to think it, right? They implant different sceneries, different behaviors in these movies, and Jake go act these things out in real life, right? All right. So that was heavy when you go into that, but I had another lesson going somewhere else. But look, the spirit do what the spirit do. So I want to go here. So they got you caught up in a rat race. I'm gonna get into this other video, right? That people don't understand why they here, what they doing. Our people are supposed to be the most spiritual people in this world, but they have no clue the spiritual reality, even though they might say they spiritual, even though they might say that they believe in what they know as so-called God, right? It's just ignorance. It says the rat race, and that's something that keeps you occupied, keeps you in the matrix mentally, right? And then what Jake do, what our people do is lean to the entertainment, right, as a relief, right? And they go, Jake indulge in smoking weed and doing all these illicit things that leads to death, destruction, and the cloudy minds, right? So if your mind is clouded, you cannot process what the hell is really going on in this world. It's just not gonna happen. So Jake is too busy in survival mode to understand that they're on a time clock here. You're not in immortality. You in mortal flesh, right? And you have to be held accountable for the things you do in this flesh. And you always in risk of at risk of death, which goes back to judgment. Jake don't understand that because they've been blotted out. They have been mentally paralyzed spiritually, right? It says the rat race, and that's something that we all can relate to, but it's a part of our captivity, right? This is to understand that you're in captivity, to understand that you're in the rat race. You're not sovereign. You're not free, even though Jake think they free. It says a way of life in modern society. So this was a society that was already in place, right? Already under control when you was born, that you don't understand, in which people compete with each other for power and money. So that's the driving force of Jake. Jake has been seduced with this philosophy because it is a philosophy, right? It says a way of life. So this is a way of life, right? It says in modern society in which people compete, right, with each other for power and money, and that's the construct of America, right? And that's why you have people don't understand the spiritual apparatus of what's going on here, why things are the way they are. They're not doing any further research. They're not digging within themselves and understanding why they here. What's the spirit, how your spirit is in your body. All these deep things that our people don't contemplate because they're in the spiritual paralysis, right? Let's go here. Top. It says a rat race is an endless. So our people got this fixated in their mind, right, that they're gonna some kind of way get around these curses. But no, these curses are here so to make you repent. It says a rat race is an endless, self-defeating, or pointless pursuit. There you go. Vanities of vanities. So all this is pointless. It's gonna come to naught. Nothing. Right? Destruction is soon coming, and then deliverance. Salakia, deliverance, then destruction, right? Right after. So everything that people are building in this world is going to be on fire. It's going to be destroyed in America, Babylon the Great, right? So let's go here. So this is constant war with the flesh and the spirit, right? So I'm gonna actually do this lesson more than likely tomorrow. The fleshly desires, right, versus the spiritual desires. That's going to be my lesson tomorrow, and I'm gonna go deep into that. But I want to kind of touch upon this. It says at the top, it says fleshly desires are the desires to do things for the pleasure or comfort. So most of our people, that's how they operate in this world, strictly through the flesh. The spiritual folly that they say they believe in is all folly, it's foolishness, it's based on ignorance, traditions, right? It says right here, it says of the physical body without regard to the soul. So the spirit, soul, interchangeable, right? Same one and the same. It's supposed to be fed, right? It's like you feed your regular body. If you don't feed the spiritual, it's gonna stay dormant. And I'm not talking about going to your local Christian church, because that's all folly, right? So I'm gonna touch up on this more tomorrow. But this rat race, and they keep you distracted. That's another thing I want to go into. Distractions keep you sidetracked, keep you focused on this world, because as long as you focus on this world, you can't focus on the spiritual reality of what the hell is really going on, what's coming down the pipe, the prophecies, etc. Right? Because you're so locked in into this world, you almost got tunnel vision when you can't see nothing else besides what's in front of you, and that's your immediate life. You have to see past that, right? I didn't want to make this too much more longer. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakak Kwadash, and I'll get into that next video, right, on my next lesson. I'll get into that as well. Salakia. Shalom.